Hi everybody, lesson 4 of our non-chronological report writing unit. Okay, so we are going to carry on with our writing today, but before we do that, I want you to have a little think about the sentences that you're writing and how to always make them as interesting as possible for your reader. One way of doing that is to open them in different ways, to start sentences in different ways, okay? Now we will have been doing this in school already, particularly in narrative writing. But here's a couple of ways that you can do it in non-fiction writing as well. So if you have a little look at this list of words, there's going to be some that you can definitely use because they're appropriate to talk about the Alps. Some maybe not so much. There might be some words that you might need to clarify. So ask somebody at home if you are not too sure about the meaning of any of these words, okay? A couple of ones that are really going to be quite useful today. Have you ever wondered? That's quite a nice way of asking your reader a question, starting your sentence in a different way as well. Interestingly, another nice one, okay? Did you know? As a result of tectonic plates colliding with one another, fold mountains are created, such as the Alps. There you go. So just a little way of making your sentences a bit more interesting. I'd like you to pause the video at this point and choose a couple that you would like to use today or you think are appropriate and write them on your plan. So if, for example, in paragraph 3, you're going to have a go at using have you ever wondered, then note that down on your plan now as it will remind you to use it when you come to write. So pause the video and do that for me now, please. Okay, once you've done that, as you'll see like we did yesterday, I have taken from my plan the notes I've written for my next paragraph, okay? And I've then expanded them into a full paragraph. So this one is called The Landscape of the Alps. So that's my next main paragraph. I want to note to the audience that they're created by fold mountains, that the snow and ice on the highest peaks. Mount Blanc is the highest peak in the Alps and what the summertime's like, but I need to form some sentences around that. Okay, there you go. Have you ever wondered how mountains are created? So a variety of starting sentences in different ways. The Alps, like many mountain ranges, were created as a result of, really nice way of connecting my ideas, as a result of tectonic plates colliding and causing the Earth's crust to rise up. Okay. These types of mountains are called fold mountains. Incredibly, mountains are described as growing because these plates collide. As these plates collide, they continue to push the land upwards. Okay, so as you can see, that's a good couple of sentences, maybe just about the first bullet point there, the first idea. I then need to go on and tell people that the peaks, the highest part of a mountain, are often covered by snow and ice because it's so cold. I'd then describe the highest one being Mount Blanc, and I'd explain what it's like in summertime because people might automatically think of the Alps as only being snowy all of the time and a place that's very, very cold, when actually in summer it's a really pleasant temperature to be around as well. I've purposely included a little picture or diagram here with a label underneath. Towards the end of the week, you are going to be creating this in a different way. So you're going to be rewriting this in a different way. And one way you could include extra information is to use a diagram. So that's why I've popped that in there just to give you an example of how we might do that later on in the week. Okay, the next paragraph and my final detailed paragraph is going to be about tourism. Now, that is explained in a bit more detail in the information on the PowerPoint from the geography lesson. So make sure that you understand that before you start writing about it. So bullet points here are the tourism, how we have 120 million tourists visit that area every year, what they like to do there, and the difference between winter and summer. So again, there's my subheading, tourism in the Alps. So my reader knows this whole paragraph is going to be just about tourism. Okay, all of the countries that the Alps run through benefit from people visiting because of the many activities you can do there. These visitors are called tourists, and around 120 million tourists visit the Alps every year. Choosing an activity would be challenging because there are so many of them. So again, I've given lots of detail and description about what tourists are, how many of them visit, why they might like to visit. But then I will carry on giving my reader a bit more detail about what you could do in the Alps in wintertime compared to what you can do in summertime. So again, everybody, this is just the beginning of a paragraph. I would need to add more than that. Okay. So what you are going to then do at the end of today is to read your work aloud. It's quite important to do that because you'll hear your own mistakes, maybe words that are missing or punctuation that's missing, and make any corrections that you want to today. Okay, so really think about varying how you open your sentences today and using a variety of conjunctions as well. Well done, everybody.